Hey there, Bronco fans. It's me, Trey Wormton, here with the Vista Sports page. And joining me today, the man who knows everything about sports, as I always say, Jordan Ballou. Jordan,
I don't claim to know everything, Trey. Just most of everything.
he knows everything, everyone. Just let you know that. So today we're going to talk a little UCO sports to start things off. The volleyball team, they got their first win for the MIAA conference on Tuesday night.
They did, yeah, first round. They got to host the first round, right? So volleyball works a lot like a lot of other MIAA sports work. If you are a higher seed, you get to host the first round of the playoffs, and then the highest remaining seed after the first round hosts the rest of the tournament. You know, we saw that with soccer here. They hosted the MIAA tournament, just last week. But, yeah, so volleyball's on the road right now. They play tomorrow in Kearney, Nebraska. It should be a big matchup, for them.
Well, they aren't playing Kearney. They're
right,
playing
in Kearney.
I believe they're playing Northwest. It's either Northwest or Central Missouri,
It's either,
which are two very tough teams to play.
Yeah,
They've gone
correct.
Both times they played them this year, they took them to 5 sets.
Right, yeah, but it is in Kearney. Kearney's hosting the tournament, and really the three to watch are UCO, Washburn, and Kearney. UCO did sweep Washburn last weekend. That's probably their biggest win of the season so far. So we'll see if they can string together a couple big wins and bring home some hardware back to Edmond.
That's very true. It's speaking of bringing hardware, the soccer team, your regular season and conference tournament champions this year.
Yeah, not only that, they got the number one seed in their super region. So they're hosting this weekend, hosting 4 teams from their region in the NCAA regionals, the opening of playoffs for them. And what a big deal for the soccer team. Not only did they come off of a season last year where they kind of underperformed, but this year they almost ran the table if it wasn't for that pesky loss to NSU. And they run the table in conference and absolutely blow out a very good Central Missouri team, 6-1 in the Sunday in the championship game, and they brought home the trophy. And I know that was a big deal for Coach Mike Cook and his girls.
Oh yeah, that was a huge win on Sunday for the Broncos and just for the program. And then they host tomorrow. I know Emporia and OBU play. Who is it the UCO plays?
It's a team out of Montana, I believe. I don't know what it is, but it's. I know Bemidji is another school from up there, Minnesota, Montana area, and they're hosting the other side of this region's regional. So the winners from there move on, I think, play each other or move on to the next round. So this is a big deal this weekend, and I'll say if people are around Edmond, this is some great soccer. It's fun to watch, and UCO really does have a lot of incredible talent, namely Katie Killian, who led the nation in goal scorer. She had over 100 shots taken this year. And not only that, the way that this team's outscored their opponents is in the hundreds. I mean, it's pretty incredible.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, moving on. The soccer team is not the only team that has been just absolutely dominating people on the field.
Outscoring them by hundreds.
And outscoring by hundreds. The football team, in its last 3 games, has outscored their opponents 127-0.
To 0, Trey. You're a part of that defense. That's a shout out to you there. I've been to all those games. You see me out there. Let me tell you, defensive dominance is something that doesn't get thrown around a lot these days, especially around these parts of the country. But UCO's had some defensive dominant games, and it's been pretty impressive not only to watch from the sidelines, but the secondary this year has taken great strides compared to where it was a year ago. And we've even been thrown around. Can you imagine if we would have combined last year's offensive prowess with this year's defense? It would have been, you could be talking almost championships. But this year the defense has kind of gone and gotten the offenses back a little bit when they've struggled, and they've scored when they've needed to. But at the same time, the defense has really been the reason that UCO is enjoying the winning streak they are.
Let's talk about some streaks here. We have 3 straight games without giving up without giving up any kind of touchdown, or even letting teams in the red zone.
Right.
5 straight games without giving up a passing touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
you can think back to the Northwest Missouri State game almost when they've allowed a passing touchdown, right? I mean, it's almost back that far. You had Fort Hays that didn't even get in the end zone. They had the field goals. And really, this team is borderline playoff, right? If you consider the Kearney game where they kind of let UNK come back and at the end and win. There's drop touchdown passes in the Fort Hays State game. If you get into the end zone a couple of times, you may be even looking at 1 and maybe a 2-loss season, and you're looking at a playoff berth.
Oh yeah, no, I mean in playoffs it's definitely a bit of a stretch at this moment where we need a couple teams to lose and win here and there, but we take care of business this weekend. It's definitely not out of the question for us to just sneak into the playoffs. But for sure there is some postseason hope. We've already been we've been contacted by all the major bowls in the area.
Absolutely, you should. And I want to shout this out too: 5 straight years at the President's Cup, a 62-0 win in Tahlequah last weekend. UCO is owning the state of Oklahoma in the MIAA, and some other things. Wrestling kicks off this weekend. Their first home duel is Sunday afternoon, right after the regional finals here. So if you, like I said, if you're around campus and you're looking for something to do on Sunday, catch a soccer regional final, then head into Hamilton Fieldhouse and watch a wrestling duel.
Yep. I mean, this weekend it's just kind of packed full of sports. You got volleyball. I mean, they're up in UNK, but they're playing. Soccer plays Friday, and then if they win, I know they'll play again on Sunday.
Right.
And then you got football on Saturday, and then wrestling's on Sunday, right?
Right, wrestling Sunday with the regional final. And it's been kind of funny talking to people around here. It's almost like you're joking, like, oh, yeah, there's a football game this weekend on Saturday, because there's so much action here on campus. Yeah.
Well, Jordan.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in and talking to me. It's been awesome, and that's all we have today for the Vista Sports page. Thank you.